If red light, green light is your favorite all-time game, I suggest you stop watching right now. There it was. I had my fall TV schedule all planned out, giving you all the best pilot reviews I could think of. I thought I had it all mapped out, and then there was this little show that kept popping up, the Squid Game. And I just kept getting more hype and more hype and more hype than people that normally don't even talk to me about television are like, hey, have you seen Squid Game? Hey, have you seen Squid Game? So, I have seen Squid Game, and I'm about to tell you all about it. Today, I'm only going to review the first episode. I've seen the first episode and a little bit of the second one, then I fell asleep. That is not any way a representation of what I think of the show. It's just I'm older, and sometimes I fall asleep watching TV. Squid Game. So this is about a show. These group of people are looking to play some games, and we've heard that from other shows before. And what separates this one is the contestants are all down on their luck, super in debt. There's degenerative gamblers. There's failed businessmen, all looking to get back and get their money back in the easiest way possible. Although what has failed to be mentioned is that the stakes for this game are death. Our main character is a guy that is crazy in debt with his gambling habits. It made me want to actually shut down my DraftKings account because I don't want to end up in one of these games. Now, the first article I read about the show was actually one trying to say that it needed to get banned from TV and people shouldn't be watching it. And I watched it, and I the first episode isn't any more violent than anything that we see on TV all the time. Oh, and I have to mention this is a Korean show, so you can two options: you can watch the subtitles, or you can watch the voiceover. And I chose the voiceover. I go back and forth on which one is better. That's because I grew up watching martial arts movies, much like the Wu-Tang Clan. I was a huge fan of Bruce Lee movies and all those mystical movies set out in Asia, and the voiceovers never bothered me. I will say this show so far on episode 1 is very similar to the Most Extreme Elimination Challenge that used to air on Comedy Central, where the English version, everyone is just so enthusiastic at all times. I have to ask, and if you could comment below and let me know, when you watch a foreign film, do you prefer subtitles where you are reading the movie the whole time? I've found that actually helps me focus more. I cannot look at my phone. I have to really watch the show or movie. Or do you prefer the English voiceover?
Over where sometimes it doesn't match very well what's going on, and you have no idea if it's the right thing they're saying to you.
Or are you someone that is completely turned off by subtitles and voiceovers? And if you are the third, I would say you are missing out on a whole wealth of good programming. All right, back to the Squid Game. So it opens up, and so we go to this game. This guy, of course, challenges our main character to a game I've never seen before where they're throwing squares and trying to flip them over. And of course plays up his masculine side where I've got to win, I've got to win. This is one of those shows that really just, you watch it, it makes you think, would people in this situation put themselves in danger just to get out of debt or get that extra money? I thought the acting was really done really well. These are a pretty extreme situation that they're in where they are playing red light, green light. And if you move at all, and this isn't like when you're a kid and you try to cheat a little bit, you can't cheat. You cannot cheat. And if you do, you die. So where we leave off in episode 1 is everybody actually opts out of the game. Now there's more episodes, so I'm assuming that they must opt back into the game, and I still have to watch the rest of it to find out. I will keep watching. This isn't the kind of show that I would normally watch. Which is great because I like to get new experiences. I find like our shows are constantly rehashed. So I'm going to keep going. I want to see what happens to this group. How do they convince them to get back into this deadly game? I'm going to go ahead and give this one a B. If you are into things like the Hunger Games or um, Maze Runner, where there's these challenges and the stakes are pretty high, I would say it's kind of like those, but it's not a young adult show. Um, and if you are someone that likes to watch foreign films or foreign shows, you'd probably be interested in this because you don't mind the language barrier. So far, I haven't found the violence to be any different than the things that we see on TV all the time. So I'm curious if it gets a lot worse, and maybe that's why others have said it's a super violent show. I find it interesting. The heart is really, what would you do if you were in this situation? Now, if you found this helpful, let me know below. I'm really interested in keeping a good chat about this show. While you're chatting, just go up and hit that subscribe button real quick, because I'm not sure if you know this. If you watch my videos, you're going to find something to brag about.